this would be the, I guess, first proper session of Spire, because last week we had a session 0. We made characters, got introduced to the setting, and re-established the Manticore, the casino you now own.
Absolutely, we did.
Avant-garde art, pretty shitty casino.
It was not pretty shitty. We invented an entire new type of music.
No. The art was avant-garde. The casino was shitty. We need to differentiate the two.
It has a fresh coat of paint. There's like 4 layers of fresh coats of paint there.
Is that to fully cover the previous coats of paint that
Well,
we're
no,
trying?
it's because every owner that swans in slaps up a fresh coat of whitewash.
Is it whitewash, though? Is that what we went with?
We had a day. It needed to be dry. Like, what cheap, fast, good-looking, quick-drying paint that can be applied by unskilled labor do you know that can go up in a day? Asking for a friend.
I would have thought something a little bit more on the grey scale would have been all right.
Oh, it averages out to be grey.
I don't know if that makes me
Actually,
happier
it probably
or sadder.
averages out to be pink.
Oh, really? Well, that's probably a bit better. I don't mind pink if it's going to be our avant-garde theme.
And so,
fits in with the death dubstep really well. Pink walls.
Yes. It is the next morning, or more like midday, really.
It is the next midday, yes.
I want to get back to this pink though. Like, are we talking like a salmon pink? Are we like salmon, pink Fridays?
Salmon,
sort of,
salmon pink would imply that we had planned this instead of just putting up cheap white painting over previously red walls. So it's pink.
For a given value of pink. I love it. Yep, done.
Because the cheap red paint bled through the cheap white paint.
Absolutely. Like good cheap paint should. Let's go with that. Sorry, continue on with
by all
exposition.
means.
No, I want to hear what the grand adventures of our cheap.
So to continue the recap, we had our lead artist. Actually, you found a human musician, DJ, who figured out how to do Elfir operatic-inspired death dubstep.
That's right.
That wasn't entirely panned by... What's her face?
The Happening Socialite.
The Happening Socialite, yes.
Yes, Hestia.
Hestia. So, my objective is to fortify in a social sense, right? We can't put up walls. What we can do is get dirt on all of the movers and shakers in the quarter so that it's more expensive to do something to us than, oh, look, I got my knuckles mussed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before that happens,
goody.
And yes, as you are probably...
I can't believe something happens before that happens.
I know,
it's
right?
Like, oh my
Players'
God.
plans being interrupted? Inconceivable.
Not to worry. You'll get to do your thing, but first... it is midday, give or take, which means you've had about 4 hours of sleep.
Woohoo! That's like a huge amount.
Yes. Still cleaners just sweeping broken glass off the floor.
Oh, before we get to that point, can I ask how
sure.
our worker section of our night went? Because like last we were actually at the point with our workers that we'd drawn in at the last minute because all of our workers bolted. Were having a grand old time in our casino as their payment, as part of their payment. Did they have a good night?
They did. And you even noted down a couple of them that seem to actually be decent at working at a casino.
Mm-hmm.
To
For further
perhaps
training.
hire them. Yes, to actually hire them. But yeah, no, you have reasonably competent half of staff.
Excellent.
the ones that showed up. So it's
Hey, it's a good step. It's a good start. Let's just roll it.
and besides, there were cards and alcohol. They didn't need much more than that.
And death dubstep. We
Oh no,
must
that
not forget.
thankfully ended. That thankfully ended.
Oh, good. Oh, very good. So we put on some old faithful classics instead.
Yeah, classical dubstep.
No.
I feel like there's a lot of dubstep hate going on in this chat, and I'm just not cool with that.
Well, stepping over a spilled drink is an Elfir dressed in immaculate clothes.
Uh-oh.
Fancy shoes, fancy suit, fancy mask.
This is going to be fine.
Yes.
Everything is
So
fine.
who's there to greet him, I wonder?
That would be me.
So brave. I'm very impressed.
Sure, brave.
Well, so the Elfir looks around, sees you, and you don't actually see him smile because he wears a full face mask, as they often do. So this mask is red with specks of black, and it has these tiny sharp-toothed, like round mouths over the side of his own mouth, over his eyes, and just a couple on the sides.
Just checking.
Yeah,
Mouths plural, of course, yep. Okay,
it's a mask.
sure. It's a proxy mask with multiple mouths. Hail Lord Shilgorath.
Yes, sure. Unfortunately, I don't have anything quite like that, but I do have a prop. You just
Of course you have a
Put some-
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You have
Oh, that was actually going to be my other question. Are we going to get some background music?
uh,
So long as it's not death dubstep.
Oh, come on.
there
And
is-
and maybe for
There is-
next
Oh, yeah, definitely for next time. Yeah. Not for now.
so there is actually like Spire atmospheric music, but I have no idea how streaming it would work. Anyway, yes. He approaches Monsieur Riquet, and
Oh, yes, that's me.
yeah, that's you. Introduces himself as
Oh.
Frozen Sparrow Shatters.
Oh.
I'm here on behalf
I need to take
of
some notes.
Monsieur So.
Uh-oh.
Everything's fine.
Frozen the Sparrow Shatters.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. So. Cool.
Monsieur So wishes to welcome you to the Silver Quarter. He extends his heartfelt greetings and wishes you to know that should you ever require any assistance, you are to contact me.
Oh.
But of course. Monsieur Riquet is also very fashionably attired and everything appropriate for a high society. So,
Does it mean a mask?
yes, absolutely. The blue robes and the gold jewelry of a priest of, sorry, my brain, Azure.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
The rainbow comes out later. So he is actually impeccably dressed. The functional equivalent of a tuxedo. I'm so glad to be welcomed so warmly. I was worried at first that we would face trouble and competition in this quarter, but it's so pleasing to be welcomed as one of a select
Worry
fraternity. We will absolutely
you are
keep...
not competition.
Absolutely not. We are brothers.
Why would be a competition? We're two shit outs.
Subtext totally noted. And we're so glad to know that Mr. So has extended this olive branch of generosity in your position. Rest assured that if we ever need for the merest glass, we will ask you.
Oh, see, we're so welcoming. We are
Quite so.
wonderful. We are so good. I am very much hiding behind the bar, just in case.
Yep.
Stifling laughter.
Oh no, like this is my standard butter shtick.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I recognize it.
Of course you do.
Very well. Monsieur So wishes you luck where so many have failed previously.
He's wishing us luck.
Speaking of luck, while you offered was so generous, is there anything we most humble proprietors can do to help you and yours?
Ooh.
He drops himself up, slightly surprised, I guess. Though it's very hard to read Elfia with these stupid masks.
No.
And,
Yeah, that's not by design, is it?
no, not at all. Your kind offer will be relayed.
Of course. Is there anything that I can do for you while you're here?
He looks around, looks at the selection of drinks behind the bar, and shakes his head.
We have a human chemist on board to make an amazing cocktail, just saying.
No. We have a drow who's expert in human chemistry, which is very much not the same thing. You're
We
drow
have a
after
human
all.
chemistry expert behind the bar, is really all I'm saying.
Because so many of our patrons are humans.
No, he will very politely decline, and frozen sparrow shadows will depart.
New
He's
cocktail idea.
introduced himself.
Yep. No, he
That was
did.
an uncomfortable mask. I do not look forward to putting it on again.
There was nothing
He
uncomfortable
did
about
exactly what. Yeah. That put us on notice. This is happening about as badly as I expected.
it. It's fine. It's fine.
No.
If it
It'd be
really
fine.
comes down to it,
No.
we'll just admit some more music. It'll be great.
It'd be fine if we had any sort of dirt on So. It's not fine because he's aware of us and we don't have dirt.
He doesn't have dirt on us, though, so that's fine. We're okay.
He knows we exist and he has
That's
orders
okay.
of magnitude more resources.
So we've already sent out some spies looking for information on various things. When do they come back with something?
Well, I'm afraid you'll have to be the ones doing that game.
Yeah,
See, I thought I could slip that one past.
We've so I've been cultivating the beggars for a day.
So you
Yep.
have.
This is a far cry from an information network. Right now, this is I hope I get a few minutes, or I hope I get a shouted warning if there's someone coming at me with a knife network.
Hey, look, that's better than where we were yesterday. So let's roll with it.
Considering this is Silver Quarter, beggars charge very competitive rates for their time.
Yep.
They're basically the Uber of informants here.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh no,
Everyone pays
I'm
them.
expecting that this is absolutely the case.
All right.
I just want to get my bid in.
Yes, if there is a crowd of unsavory-looking types heading towards your establishment, you will know.
Yeah.
But
Better than nothing.
now it is actually over to you. What do you want to do? You mentioned previously that you wanted to get dirt on Lieutenant Noel Lacostra, who is the new head of guard in Silver Quarter.
That sounds amazing. Let's do that.
Well,
How?
so we have specifically we want to be getting. I need to find the bloody names.
You have all the notes, and you probably want to actually write down the names somewhere else.
Yep. So we have Captain Lacostra, and we also have her lieutenant.
Two I see, absolutely.
Lieutenant Dalziel Goldwater. Yes.
All right, I need to actually take notes. So Captain Del Costra and LT
Dalziel Goldwater.
I'm going to give my stream some ominous music in the background. It's going to be amazing.
Right. So my objective here is to get dirt so that conversations like that one where I had no ammunition don't happen.
I don't know what you're talking about. It was a very friendly welcome.
It was absolutely a friendly welcome. This is my objective to avoid. So I think that the prices, like we need to think about what's possible in terms of prices and in terms of access. I'm pretty sure that mob of reporters can't be bought for anything that we can afford.
Probably not. No.
Not yet.
So we need old. Honestly, we need to get a sense of who they are.
Okay.
Because before rooting for scandal, we need to know what they indulge in.
Start doing your thing and it will roll from there.
Yes. No, I'm just articulating. So, therefore, in order to get a sense of their character, let's start with their public statements of newspaper archives. So one of us should probably go to the newspapers.
Well, you do have in fact, the very fitting statement in one of the handouts. Let me see if I can ping it to you. Show to players.
Yes.
Did it pop up?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Woohoo!
So we definitely have this. My objective is to find when
all
Lieutenant...
the other things mentioning Lieutenant Noel. It sounds very much like something that a Vermisian sage would be able to do. In fact, it sounds like an ability a Vermisian sage has.
Hint, comma, hint.
Hint, comma, hint. Yes, the vault.
All right, let's do it. All right. What exactly are we going to? And what? Okay, Brian, what do you actually want out of this then?
I want knowledge of where their possible vices are.
Right. All right. So how exactly do I roll the vault?
Okay. Well, so it is, first of all, what the vault is. It is the repository of knowledge within the Vermisian.
Yes.
There's kind of several vaults. The way I see it, it's just kind of in the cracks there in this already somewhat non-Euclidean space. It leads to even further and weirder places, like the glass library or the locked stacks. And you have access to some of those too, which is very handy. But right now, you just want to do research.
Okay. So here's my second question.
Yep.
I need to pick my obsessive research for this game. I haven't done that yet.
Yes, that's correct.
Obviously, I want to do something around information gathering for this. How should we word this in order to be able to get the most out of my obsessive research temporary knack?
Well, I mean, that is entirely up to you. Something to do with digging up dirt, I guess?
Yeah, I'd say digging up dirt. Like an investigate knack of digging up dirt sounds perfect. Because that's what we're going to be trying to do all session.
Okay, then.
Sounds good. Okay. And so, as for the vault itself, this means that, yes, you go further into the Crux station and down the tracks, and then take a turn that no one other than a sage is likely to ever find. And eventually you end up in the vault.
Beautiful.
And sure, this particular section of it is just infinite rows of pull-out files. Just storage archive.
Yes.
And so if you want to spend, half a day digging through it, cross-referencing, looking at any mentions of Captain Noel Lacostre, this would be the
perfect time. All right, beautiful. So I've got the skill investigate.
Yes. So mechanically, this would be investigate plus order.
Plus order.
Well, you are investigating someone who very much belongs to the main.
Okay.
But you do get your knack.
Can I?
Yes.
Change that to domain of commerce to see whether or not there's an additional aspect to this that's actual financial? Like, how does he actually make his money in this quarter?
Are we still talking about the captain of the guard?
Yes. Like, surely his only thing isn't just getting paid by the state. Or is that just going to come up, digging up the dirt?
It will probably be part of
Can I do an investigate, but also just because I'm sure all of these guys have got their own silver fingers in everything, right? That's how most of this stuff works.
The way I read it, commerce isn't about money. It's about
come on. Let me fudge. You're meant to be on my side, Brian. Come on, let's use our analytic powers together and we can
here's how
Who is this analytic you speak of?
Commerce domains in Spire largely relate to where you're trying to do the thing you're trying to do. So if you want to find out more of what Lacostre is doing right now in Silver Quarter, that is absolutely commerce, because this is a commerce district, commerce and high society. If you want to find out dirt from the past, that would be order.
So what do we want? Do we want current or do we want historical?
My ultimate objective is to be able to do to offer them their heart's desire. I'm thinking that current is fine, and that's going to be another question that we come up. We want to know who's fighting whom in the current sense. I'm worried that if we jump in to who's fighting whom without knowing the whys, that we're not going to have any leverage. And we're both philosophers. We want to know the why.
We do want to know the why. My problem is that I actually have a domain of commerce and I don't have a domain of order.
But you have digging up dirt, so that's 3d10.
It's still 3d10, but I want to push it to 4. I'm addicted to 4 now that I've got it.
Don't worry about it too much. Even if you fail, something will happen. It will be wonderful.
All right, 3d10.
Like that. That was a roll.
That was a roll. And I got a 9. So give me all the information, please.
I see that you rolled twice.
I didn't mean to. I double-clicked. I'm sorry.
Okay. I think because I was looking at the second roll.
No.
The second roll is a Brian roll.
Sorry. I double-clicked.
That's exactly what I'd expect to roll today.
No, because I've actually got, you'll see on my screen, I've actually got my character sheet up, so I thought I had to click before I had to do it, but I didn't. So just take my first roll.
Sure.
Everything's fine.
Yep. Well, 9 means a success. So, yes.
Without consequence.
Half a day later, and you have yourself a small folder of various notes. There are only a couple of newspaper articles, but there are also letters of commendation, just copies of them, obviously, and some internal documents that got lost somewhere and ended up in Vermisian, because every piece of knowledge ends up here, including knowledge that is truly unknown and doesn't exist and should not be true.
Excellent. I
Yeah.
approve.
You approve? That sounds awfully continental of you.
What, approval? You can
No,
approve as an
of knowing unknowable knowledge in an unreal state. We're in Borges' library.
Oh, maybe. Maybe I can, if I can gain access to this, and then see the fact is that in this scenario, it doesn't actually matter if it's true or not. What we need to know is that somebody thinks that it's true, it's plausible, and we can leak it to the media.
And now you're a bloody relativist. So
No, I am not in pursuit of truth here. Like this is not about whether or not there can be truth. This is about leverage, and they're very different things. I can know something is bullshit and still use it to actually further my means. That just makes me unethical. It doesn't make me not analytic.
I see where the lines lie.
And so, Captain Noel Lacostra is surprisingly clean, in that she seems to be that rare, exceedingly rare kind of a god that actually wants to clean up the streets and see justice done. Because normally, and this, like what you expect from God, is to be, glorified enforcers. They keep the peace on the streets because too much violence is bad for business. They crack heads when someone gets uppity. That's their role. Whereas Lacostra does, like, she's made several arrests where she was yelled at by her captain at the time, and she was like begrudgingly promoted. You have a feeling that this position was very much a side promotion to just shove her somewhere where she have just enough rope to hang herself with.
Yeah, right. So maybe we actually want her on side properly.
Oh no, this is an excellent motivation.
At the same time, you get just a suspicion that she may have someone rooting for her higher up, because otherwise she would have ended up in a canal face down long ago.
All right. Am I allowed to use the vault more than once per game?
Oh yeah.
Oh really? So I can actually now do a commerce roll?
Absolutely.
Sorry, I didn't realize that. All right, boom. Let's do that.
Yeah, you're just spending the whole day digging through.
Is that okay? Do you mind that, Brian?
Let's get Dazil first. Because there's some folk. When someone's motivated to clean up the streets in a dirty place, that's fantastic, so long as we have stuff to give them.
Can I tell you that piece of information and spend the rest of the day digging while you go and do something else?
So I think it will take maybe an hour if the and come back to Spire proper.
Don't bother telling me stuff. I will assume that you're away for the day.
Oh, okay, cool. So I can do my
stuff.
commerce check then. Okay, yeah. Beautiful. All right,
so
let's do that.
Act on your own capabilities.
Yes, because I think I would like to then, if I can actually do that, I can find out the past. She's obviously quite clean. She's obviously had a couple of high-profile arrests. People obviously don't like her very much, but she's here for a reason. There may be somebody above her that's actually wanting her to come through the ranks for whatever reason, probably their own, probably because they want somebody taken down. She just hasn't gotten to yet.
Let's find how she's playing.
Let's find out what's going on right now. Okay, so this will be a roll d4 because I have commerce as a domain. So
that's correct.
Once, and I got a 10. Yes.
I am going to crater and burn, and you will scrape up my corpse from the streets and put it in a little bin.
You think there's a finite amount of temps?
So it's fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Fair. Okay. Well, so true to form, Lacostra is keeping clean here. right? She's not on the take as far as you can tell. The thing that stands out to you, I guess, is that in the last couple of weeks, several of other guardsmen have abruptly retired.
Oh.
And some of them also have suffered fairly unpleasant injuries. Like, accidentally tripped and broke both kneecaps kind of injuries.
Right. Awkward. Does she seem surprised by this?
No. In fact, so what would you know? You have all the paperwork, right? So you see they are being dismissed into retirement fairly abruptly and unceremoniously by her. And it is her executive decision, essentially. Oh, no, you're gone.
So that's really useful, because that tells us what she's doing right now. She's trying to clean up the guards.
Which is quite interesting. All right. Well, I guess that's my day. Did I garner anything from her about her 2IC?
Sorry, say again?
Dazil.
Did I garner anything about her 2IC while I was there? Did she appear in any of these reports? Did he appear in any of these reports?
Well, he hasn't been retired yet, if that's what you are.
Okay.
He, seems to be quiet.
But he hasn't appeared in anything that I've been looking at as something suspicious.
Nothing stood out, but you haven't researched
him specifically. Okay.
Yeah.
But whatever, if he is doing anything, it's not related to her, and that's really the base point here. Okay. All right. Over to you, Brian.
Indeed. So my objective for the day will be trying to use Heart's Desire.
Okay. Remind us, what is that?
Heart's Desire is one of my abilities. Ellipsis, and you know what they want. Once per situation, pick an NPC that you can observe for a while. GM will tell you what they want most of all right now. So, I want to get a handle on reporters.
Okay.
Yeah, reporters.
So certainly you, in fact, witnessed about 3 of them follow Hestra into the Manticore last night.
Yep.
And they're not that hard to find. So, sure, with minimum effort, you find Jaquim. Jaquim is drinking coffee. There is no coffee, and in fact, the coffee analog Malak is outlawed. So he's drinking the tea. Yes, Elfi are truly horrible people. One second. I have a dog in the room now. She just decided to be here now.
Hello, puppy.
Yeah, fine.
So there's Jaquim.
Jaquim, yes. He is drinking tea in a cafe at the side of the Penfold Canal. And he is glancing at the windows of the hotel just up the street.
Right.
Yeah,
you recognize him from the last night.
This sounds like an excellent opportunity for a very quiet cup of tea.
Do you join him, or you just sit?
So I'm going to start by Heart's Desiring him, Basically, I want to see if something that he wants is in my position to give before starting the verbal dance.
Sure. Well, so you look at him for maybe 10 minutes, and just the way that he glances at the windows, the taps at his notepad, the kind of nervous way he fiddles with his spoon. He is desperate for a scoop. He really needs something juicy to give his editor.
He's hungry for that story.
Yeah. And
Great.
This, he is in dire straits, and this is his one way out.
Then I'm going to spend the first half of the day investigating the quarter for a scoop for him.
Nice.
Right. Okay, just anything, any salacious gossip that you can find.
Well, specific. I don't actually know what the captain's doing at this point in time. Honestly, yes. I have half a day to do this. Ooh, something went bleep. Is that me?
Oh, that was just me.
Right.
I was trying to be subtle.
Subtle?
Subtle here?
Look, I know that my first mistake was being me, so just
I would never be heard saying such a thing.
But
I am rolling stealth.
Really stealthy.
Yeah. Basically, this fits in with my overall objective of getting a sense of the quarter. If
Sure.
I can.
Well, so this is the place to see NBC, and it is essentially Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
People, Drow and Alfie alike, come here to blow off steam.
Yeah.
So, by all means, do make an investigate plus high society.
Well, hey.
I think investigate is just going to be a very, very useful skill in this game. You rolled a 10.
I mean, I know what I sacrificed today for this luck, and I don't want to have had sacrificed it.
That is fine. Okay. Okay. 1 second. There is a note that I need to look up. That.
Yeah. As a secondary objective, if the if the scoop of whatever nature relates to any of the people on our notes, we're doing our job.
It does indeed. I need to. Well, need is a strong word, but I'm going to roll to see what festival is happening right now. Because there is always a festival.
Clearly.
Festival of Common Players. Place and street theater roll around the district, using the city as a stage, with huge crowds following. Occasionally fights break out between rival troops, thanks to the common practice of sneaking into someone else's play and acting deliberately badly.
Okay.
Yep.
Because elves are dicks.
Yeah. So, yes,
Fair.
there is this migrating just up and down the street.
Yeah.
And so that is why many restaurants and cafes either move tables to outside or have them set up on balconies so people can observe the things.
Yeah.
And you spy sitting on one of such balconies is walks. Sorry. Too many windows open with too many notes at the same time. Yes, Lay Deacon strides out harmonious.
I'm sorry, what? Okay. Lay Deacon.
Lay Deacon strides
Is
out
the title.
harmonious. Yes. They are in the notes. They are one of the prominent figures in the notes, in fact.
Absolutely, I believe you. Okay.
It's been a week. So, yes, strides out harmonious. They are the ones opening temples to
Oh, the bloody solar basilica people?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
They're
yeah.
opening the temples to Father Summer all across Silver Quarter. And so right now you see them with very small entourage on the balcony there,
Yep.
kind of half-heartedly admiring the proceedings.
Half-heartedly. Which half?
Well, that is because mostly they are looking at a paladin sitting right across the table from them.
Oh, really?
Mm. So I've mentioned this before, but paladins are absolutely terrifying elite high Elfir warriors whose job it is to protect Elfir and to kill you.
Do not
Yes.
interact with. Got it.
Yep.
Trying really hard.
I'm not here. You can't see me.
Mm.
You know it.
Remember, invisible, choking. There's a difference.
I will try my hardest not to poke them.
So
They
yes.
might really like death dubstep, is really what I'm saying. And they might want to know about our death dubstep rules.
So I'm really glad I'm here and you're in a very quiet other world.
Just hang
We're
with
in
me
the
for a minute.
appropriate places.
Marketing opportunity.
I'm hearing what you're suggesting, and I have filed it to be considered with all due diligence by the appropriate committee.
Yes, imagine you missed Death Dubstep last time, I think. But Death Dubstep was amazing. And it got us out of so many trouble.
It was something. I
And
agree that it was something.
Definitely amazing.
Uh-huh.
So yes, you asked for a salacious gossip. Well, there is one.
So I'm not getting the gossip part. The gossip is that they're being harangued by a paladin?
No, the gossip is, and whether or not you choose to do anything, that isn't up to you, that Lady Deacon seems to fancy the strapping young paladin.
They're perving on them. They think that they're rather, fine.
I thank you for spelling that out, because that is...
They are fine.
Right.
And I think they would love some death dubstep in our club, is really all I'm saying. If anyone is going to like it, it's definitely those guys.
I'm really glad that you don't currently exist in this reality. Okay.
I'm saying we need a fireman's pole, really. It's our club will be so popular. My drinks will be going off. There is nothing wrong with this scenario.
Well, no, that gives me something. As gossip, how likely is this to make me enemies of either the paladin or more likely the lady?
Oh, 100%. I can answer that. Absolutely, for sure, without any form of question whatsoever. You put this salacious detail out there, they will find out who put it out there, and they will squash you. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it.
I come by.
Are you regretting your life choices in playing Spire with me yet?
Nope. But I agree with the assessment.
No, live fast, die hard. All right, this is exactly what I was going for.
I never thought I'd hear you say that, and I am so in approval right now.
This is in the spec for the game.
So it is.
All right. Let's call it that.
No, this is exactly what I'm looking for. It's not something that would cause them to spend favors, but it's a scoop, and it's something that will earn me favors with Jakim.
Absolutely, it will.
All right.
Exactly.
Okay.
But he should be out there finding this stuff himself, honestly.
No.
Like, that was not hard to spot.
I'm delighted to act on his behalf in this regard.
But you know what the problem with reporters is, right?
They don't
He'll
stay
absolutely... Well, he'll absolutely take the scoop from you, and that'll all be completely fine. It does not actually mean he's going to help you in the because he will be just as willing to trade that salacious information as this. So my general sort of kind of go-to with reporters is find the ones that are actually after the genuine information. Like, we have to start with the salaciousness. Just don't be surprised if they end up writing a sleazy article about us later. But if we find the reporters that are actually going to not trade in sleaze, we've got a better chance of crafting and keeping that story in the long term. This is life experience coming through. I say trade off for the short-term game right now.
Yep. So
and then
trade...
form absolutely trade it for now. And if we can find ourselves as being a reliable source for this kind of thing, it'll be great. But we need to find
But this is
a
not
good
something to
relationship.
bank or to get a favor for. This is something to trade for right now.
Well, you can try and get a favor. I just wouldn't necessarily trust in the veracity of said favor.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, what we could use is better write-ups for the club. And more to the point, this will tell us whether or not this is a useful relationship.
Absolutely. And probably give us some scope into what is and what isn't a useful relationship in this sector.
Yep.
So it's all good information. It's definitely what we need. So,
but it's a currency to be used now rather than something. Yeah, cool. Yeah. All right, I head back to the Jakim's tea spot.
Jakim? Sure. Yeah, he's still there. He seems to be waiting for whoever's in the hotel to come out and, to see who they were with, maybe.
I head over to him. Cup of tea?
Can I help you?
Yes. We met briefly last night. I'm one of the new proprietors of Manticore.
Oh, he actually starts flipping through.
Nightclub. Yes.
That's. Well, let's see here. Takiti music. Yep, no, that's you. Okay,
it is
hi.
Indeed. I don't suppose we could share a cup of tea?
By all means.
Awfully quiet. I sit
Just
down.
do you mind sitting on the left side?
Yes, of course.
Busy. Yep.
I do all the necessary small talk. So, as I was wandering the quarter earlier today, well, there's some fascinating things I saw. I don't suppose you'd be interested in knowing them.
Well, I mean, that's kind of my job to know them. But
I mean, considering that you're probably going to be writing up Manticore, I'm wondering if...
Oh, I see how it is.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm not at all above bribery.
Oh, of course not. This is just information received. I relate the scene that I observed. Didn't come from me, of course.
Of course. As he described it, he, in fact, had martyrs. Not quite quiet enough for you not to hear it. Damn, Elvia.
Did he also mention anything about a fireman's pole? Just saying, asking for a friend, of course.
Sorry? And he goes,
Sorry.
well, I mean, that sure is gossip that the editor will kill. But that is... It is something. It is... I'm doing my job.
Exactly.
So do you prefer original style or homey decor?
Wow, that's some choice.
Original style, of course.
Okay. So you get a.
Well, it was. You can't say that it was not an original style. I worked long and hard on that, dude.
Also, you get a somewhat favorable review from him. Was there anything else you actually wanted from him?
To see if he stays bald.
Well,
Okay.
and also to get a good idea of the kinds of articles that he writes and how deep his investigative journalism actually goes.
Well,
is he considered to be a serious writer in this quadrant, or is he literally just a denoter of sleaze?
Well, he does mention that he works for The Torch, which is one of the more prominent newspapers.
Okay.
And
I mean, it doesn't mean that much in this day and age, so let's go.
Well, he will lean in and so you run a casino, right?
Yes.
I'm just thinking there's going to be all kinds of interesting people coming there, and who knows what kinds of things they'll be talking about.
Oh,
and what kind of company they would keep. So, look, this is a bit weird because normally that's. But if you want to come to me with like anything you see, I will be sure to provide you with good coverage.
Fantastic.
He's very surprised by the very idea of a casino owner working for him as an informant.
Oh, it's so and this is exact because I can control the flow of stories, etc., etc. No, like this is. Can we come to some sort of working relationship, or are you not worth my time? Is probably going through both of our heads. And anytime you fancy a turn of the cards, let me know.
What's the worst that can happen?
I know,
right? Oh.
Okay. Well, you've met a person at Jaquim as a bond, and we'll see how useful he actually is.
Yeah.
When you call on him.
All right.
Yeah, no, like this is basically what my objective was, is to have favors with.
Is it called the Spire RPG? Just out of curiosity, or is just Spire its full name?
Yeah, there's no there, so just Spire. Yes, #Spire RPG.
So somebody in my stream is actually asking, so they're trying to Google it.
The game is just called Spire.
Yeah, it's just called Spire.
There's
Spire,
somewhere
the city must fall.
There we
Found
are.
it.
There's
there we
go.
Yeah. Is it flipped? It's flipped, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So what now? Brian has made a good connection with a local reporter. He's found out some gossip about a local guard. I've managed to find out pretty much nothing about our head of the guard.
Oh, not at all. You found
not nothing, and that's not
you
true.
found something quite useful.
They're not dirty, which is good actually.
Well,
we know that they're trying to clean up the city. We know that there's probably somebody above them that is actually looking out for them. We know that there's been a whole range of people retired TM in various different ways TM. What else do we want to say we know?
I'm not sure that the ontological classification of good onto their actions is appropriate. Just because they want to clean up.
I'm going to call it good. I think it's a good thing. I think that we need to convince her that we are one of the good guys. So, as we are new in this area, we can actually help. I don't think we should go down the blackmailing route. I reckon we should get her on side.
Absolutely. The point that I'm trying to make, however, is that while it may be good for the city, the current rulers in charge of the city are the Elfir. So, good as a function of promoting their desired outcomes is in fact not necessarily good as a function of promoting our desired outcomes. Because our moral systems may actually be opposed.
Maybe.
With that said,
does it really matter if they're opposed though? Like if we successfully bluff her to the point.
Where is this conversation happening? In the middle of the street?
no, this conversation's happening quietly in our
Next to
secure
our shrine.
room. Yeah.
You know, I was going to say, where you're surrounded by all of that massive obelisk shit that I actually spent a lot of money finding. So no one can hear us at this point.
Good. Just checking. Okay, so this is the night.
This is the night.
And the club is open.
I would have...
There's,
Well, no, this is actually post-closing.
Right.
Yeah.
So the next morning.
The next morning, because I'm pit boss, I'm on the floor. I spent the rest of the day fixing up the club.
Sure.
Just as a given, it needs time.
There's always things to fix. There's always holes.
Well, specifically, there's acts to line up, unless the DJ is playing tonight again.
Oh, the DJ's playing every night. He's not playing dubstep every night, but he'll be playing every night.
As an aside,
we save death dubstep for special occasions,
does
3
that mean
times a
that
week,
you have a bond
at
with
least
him?
on Saturday.
Does that mean that you have a bond with the DJ?
Yeah, absolutely. We totally bonded over the dubstep death elven operatic music.
You don't have to have a bond.
It's just like, I am not leaving this place. You guys are too batshit crazy, and I am in. It could have gone out of the way, but he was totally in.
Yeah, I think we'll save bonds for people you expect to actually do favors for you at some point.
Okay.
And he also just like loves the fact that as someone that's not human, I have such an interest in human stuff. He's never met someone like me before. So we are going hard on it. And I am also totally mixing him all kinds of weird ass drinks all the time.
However, Kat, we've just been haunted by the ghost of Wittgenstein because your use of Bond is not Mikhail's use of Bond.
Damn it. Don't actually care at this point.
No.
So, in terms of morality, we need to be careful with this idealist. Because if we start feeding her targets, we need to make sure that the targets being fed further our goals. And B, that we're not hooked in that pattern. Because
I don't think the DJ is going to turn on me. Let's put it that way. I think Death DJ and I are going to be okay.
Not talking about the DJ at all right now. I'm talking about our objectives regarding the captain.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And
fair enough.
The whole good problem.
Yeah, okay.
Because being crusaders for the light, which we're deathly allergic to, by the way.
Of course we are.
Means that we're effectively riding a tiger. And we don't get to choose when we stop.
I'm okay with that. Considering that we need something in the interim.
We just need to make sure that if we're passing the tiger raw meat, to continue with this analogy, that it furthers our goals as well. Because a cleaner district does not necessarily further our goals.
That's true.
Well, your goals explicitly are
it
district under the ministry's control.
Yeah, I was going to say, technically, it kind of does further our goals because in the meantime, a lot of our competition is going to disappear, and I am actually okay with that.
We must be able to move into that power vacuum. And I don't...
Yeah.
So... we need to be able to move into that power vacuum, which means that we need to have power in and of our own selves. So, having a crusader and a very quiet lieutenant is fine, but what that means is we must not be caught getting ready to make our move.
I think we can pull that off. I can see that you're not convinced. I reckon we can pull that off. I think that's better than trying to blackmail the person that is literally trying to take down everyone that's dirty. I reckon if we can prove that we are actually going to be pretty clean, and let's have a look at what we've done so far. Okay, we've created a casino, no big deal. We've created an awesome, dubstep death nightclub, which is like.
What does that have to do with the price of beans?
Well, socialites are coming and they think it's pretty cool.
Again,
we are forming social cohesion with humans. Like the guards aren't going to look at us.
How does that achieve her goals?
Well, we aren't a threat to her goals. We are performing
normal
commerce. We're not a speed bump. We haven't broken the rules. We haven't done anything against what she's trying to do.
Except belonging to a proscribed terrorist organization.
She doesn't know that. And what's the best part about being a part of a terrorist organization? Being able to put yourself in a position where you can get information for said terrorist organization, right? We can actually infiltrate this thing.
What thing?
The guard.
How?
By making friends with her. We can take down her defenses. We can show her that we're not a threat. And either we're going to learn something interesting, or she's going to leave us alone. And I'm okay with both those scenarios.
Or by feeding her our competitors, we get onto her radar and she pays attention to us.
But why? Why would she put us on her radar if we're proven to be a good source of reliable intelligence?
Because she's not stupid.
Things? Oh, man, we've got to fail some pretty bad rolls for that. Don't clip that. Don't clip that.
So what I'm saying is we may not want to be the ones known as feeding her anti-corruption opportunities.
No, but then we have to bring someone in, and that's a risk. That's a huge risk. I don't want to give somebody that information. Or we do dead drops
and other sorts of isolated communication. I'm just saying.
No, don't clip that, Lazy. Don't clip that.
The other problem is I'm not sure that my intentions regarding blackmail were communicated. My intentions with blackmail is absolutely not to use it. I just want to have it as a resource that I can cherish and call George in case of emergency.
No point. Yeah, but in emergencies, it's too fucking late. You've got to get above this somehow. And with her, who's clearly out there trying to clean up the city, we have to get above this. I don't think we've got the privilege of waiting for her to notice us. I think we actually, especially considering we are vulnerable, we have no defenses, we have no information about this quarter. If we have a chance of actually getting on top of this before this starts, and actually, because we are already a player, we already have somebody breathing down our necks. We need her protection. Okay. We actually need her right now.
Therefore, what we need to figure out is who we are as we are representing ourselves to her, so that when she looks at our motivations appear correct for how she's looking at us.
We are doing what everybody else is doing here in this godforsaken place. We are climbing the spire.
So we're
and we are here, and we are operating a very above the board gambling / death dubstep nightclub that has the approval of the local socialite. And we are just going to do our damn best to bring art and culture and stuff that unites this quarter to this quarter. We employ humans. We have drow. We've got elves coming into our establishment who think that what's happening is actually good. We can be seen as this kind of, social enterprise. It is social enterprise in the true sense of the term. Like, we are here to create social cohesion, and we think that the Guard has an important part to play. And we, too, are disturbed by the corruption that leaves so many beggars on the street here in the Silver Quarter. And we, too, are appalled by this complete...
I was briefly worried that 2 players wasn't going to be enough. But I haven't had to say anything for the last half an hour.
You were worried that 2 philosophers in opposing schools would not be enough. carry on. So therefore, let me just get this straight. Our cover is that we're dumb idealists. It's fine. We just need to be singing from the same hymn book.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I win that round. This is going to be amazing.
All right. So now we need to think through if we're playing the roles of dumb idealists.
Yes.
Feeding non-poisoned meat to the captain of the guard without recourse to any redress. One of us definitely needs to be digging up dirt for that captain.
I think we've got as much as we...
No.
For her. Yep.
Yes,
I can do that.
I use different words.
I can... I can totally do that. I am on for that.
I completely agree with you spending your days in the stacks. I think that's wise.
Get the fuck out of Dodge, Kadichka. You are fucking this up for me, and you are definitely going to say the wrong thing. Get back to your books.
I'm wounded by the implication.
Come back to mix me a good margarita at the end of the day, and that's where you are right now.
I'm saddened that you are reading that into what I'm saying. Just devastated.
I can see your devastation, and I still don't believe it. It's just not.
Well, no, I actually think that this works because we can actually play off each other.
I agree.
If you're the idealist, what if I don't know that you're feeding her stuff?
But we have
No, but like false pretenses. So like
but we have a bond. We can't do that shit.
We can pretend.
So we know, but we're pretending.
Layers.
You're gonna trust me to go and actually form this relationship with
We
the
are
captain.
both members We are both members of a prescribed terrorist cell. We can kill the other trivially. I trust you because I have to. And you trust
I'm not
me.
going to kill you. I'm totally going to make you suffer in the streets because that will be far more hilarious. So
6 of 1. So if we want to play it this way, then why don't we...
I just want to let you both know that I'm actually playing Shostakovich quintets for my stream as we do this because I felt like it was adequately somber for the moment. So
Good. So therefore, if we're playing your... So no Rite of Spring yet?
No.
Because all your stream... everyone listening to your stream would stop?
Well, maybe.
I have no doubt that Rite of Spring will come up at some point. So
look, I've already got my fight music sorted out. It's going to be amazing.
Goody gumdrops. All right. So if you're going to be pretending to be the idealist,
yeah.
What? So I've already started to establish the public face as sleazy.
It is a covert identity you've assumed for the task.
Absolutely. Cover identity.
Yep.
Because me, I'm not sleazy. Heart of Gold. How do we want to actually work this out? Because I don't actually know who to aim her at.
Good. Thanks for lurking, Leslie. We'll talk soon. Thanks, mate. I reckon I should just go and hit up the captain of the guard.
Without anything?
Just knock on the door?
Just knock on the door, say, I believe in your cause, I'm here to help?
Mm. Your reputation has already rocked the quarter. We are also newcomers here. if you need us, you know where we are. We absolutely support your cause.
Here's a quick question before you do that.
Wait, what? What? Consideration. I don't know what kind of show you think we're running here, Mick.
Quick question that I have for you is, so how many drug dealers do you think are in the casino right now?
She's not going to come to my casino. I'm going to her. I have all the points in human alchemy. I am bringing the drinks with me. You know?
So when she visits the casino...
Because, I mean, if you want to say that you are
Then
absolutely
you will be-
100% above board and you're just kicking everyone out
Look,
who's doing anything dodgy...
No.
you can.
We are newcomers here, okay, right? If there's a drug dealer in our club, then we're quite happy for her to come and check
Shocked.
them out.
Yeah.
We are absolutely
Find
and or
in
appalled.
this establishment.
We could not believe that
You're
this
right.
was
Shocked
actually
to find
going on.
this establishment in
And
this
we are
establishment.
trying so hard to keep this clean, and we have set up rules, and we have people that are looking out for these things. And honestly, she's not going to put a full-time fucking guard in our casino. She clearly has better things to do, but she might be able to give us some advice on how to help sort of like clean things up a little bit, which means that we could actually start helping our drug dealers do things on the down low a little bit more because we know a bit better about her, you know, things. It's going to be great.
Go for it, Kat.
I love that Brian's just given up at this point, and he's just like, you know, I'm going to watch you spectacularly die and take our casino down with me. And I'm actually okay with this.
We'll meet again. Don't know where.
Okay. So what do you actually do
don't know
then?
when.
Oh.
And what do you want me to do? If this is your game, you're calling the shots.
I think I probably need another day of research before I actually start this because I want to know what's going on with her 2IC. I want you to go and try and formulate, we'll find out the full breadth of knowledge of this reporter and whether or not he's actually a good source or not, and maybe shore up another source in the city that we can start using to manipulate this stuff, because we're going to start getting things, we're going to want to be able to leak them out subtly. I want you to be able to activate the beginnings of a network so that we can actually start slipping this stuff through subtly, because the fact is if you keep rocking up to reporters directly and giving them stuff, that's going to get noticed. If you're having tea with them in a public place, it's going to get noticed really quickly. We need some kind of Dropbox system, but you need to obviously have the relationships with the reporters in order to be able to set such a thing up.
So do we want to try to deepen... Oh, actually, this is a question. Did Jakeem deliver?
What was he supposed to deliver? A good review? Yes. You, in fact, can even put it on the wall as like the first review of your thing, which is not quite glowing, but is like a surprise discovery of
Diamond in the rough.
Yes, that.
So, Kat, you want me to elaborate my relationship with Jakeem?
Yeah, absolutely. And especially if you know that he's got some serious stuff, maybe take some time to try and find a bit more of a serious lead so that he actually knows that you are good for information that's not just salacious gossip. Yeah. Because if he wants to actually bring himself up through the publishing ranks as well,
then he
needs real stories. He needs to start moving away from this other stuff anyway. So if you go and do that and I go and spend another day in the vault, we might be able to actually start rolling with this.
Sure. I will investigate.
Oh, yeah.
I will investigate the quarter. I will investigate the quarter for... You know what? I've already made an enemy of the church.
Well, not quite.
Not quite.
Do you want to go further?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's unwise to just have so many enemies. The church is already a problem. I want to find some dirt. Actual dirt, not Ghost.
actual dirt on Lady Deacon tries out her.
Actually, preferably on the temple construction that they're trying to do. Places will be hurt worse than people.
Okay.
Like people can weasel, places are harder to weasel.
Absolutely. So you don't have to go to yet another temple to Father Summer. So by all means, would you like to make, I guess, again, investigate plus high society roll to, talk to people, see what's
what?
maybe speak to the worshippers.
Here we go.
Awesome. Amazing. Yep. So I'm going to roll some stress. Not that much, because it's not that big of a deal. But basically, I think the Elfia you speak to, because of course it's Elfia, mostly them worshipping the summer. Just look at you and go, shouldn't you be worshipping one of your primitive,
to be very clear,
pagan religions?
I'm not in my Azurite getup. Like, I'm dressed as a humble, normal street elf, completely generic mask. I'm going to take advantage of the masks where I can. So probably damage to shadow.
Indeed. And so good news and bad news. Good news is you have free slots in shadow. You have resistance there. Bad news is you managed to get a fallout anyway. But it's a minor fallout. It's low fallout. It's good to have it. Just get it and get it over with. Let me just look at the list and find out what's happening.
Always look on the bright side.
All right, we're back.
Fantastic. Okay, I like that. So this will be a shadow fallout, and we will actually need Cat's help with this. Be afraid. But this also means that you get to, yes, before she comes back and makes you handle it, you get to clear 3 stress. Some stress every time you suffer fallout.
Okay.
That goes away. Would you like to lose reputation, shadow, or silver stress first?
Silver.
Okay. And then?
Shadow.
Done. Cool. And yep. Easy. So, Kat, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
It turns out that word of Monsieur Riquette's actions goes around just a bit. Because there's this very strange man in a very strange way just asking questions.
Yeah, right. Okay. That was unexpected.
Yeah, unexpected.
Mechanically, because this is very light, GM and other players, hi Cat, should work out 3 statements that are whispered about Monsieur Riquette in bars, in taverns, 2 true and 1 false. The way I think I will do it is, you make up 3 statements. I roll a die to decide which one is false.
Right.
I will remember this, Cat.
And I'm specifically making them up about Brian?
Yeah, these are
about Monsieur Riquette.
Yeah, slight difference.
Right.
Not putting it past you.
Okay, right. So I say 3 statements.
Yep. And 2 of them will be true and 1 of them will be false. And
why am I doing again?
Because you are helping in my downfall. So I was insufficiently discreet in my investigation. So
okay.
One of these statements will turn out to be false,
Okay. All right. You have fastidious attention to detail.
No, they actually have to be like whisperable.
You tend to always, without exception, be impeccably dressed.
Oh, you're being nice.
And you would.
That won't do. That wouldn't do at all.
No. And you would always be obsessively polite. In public.
Okay, so statement 1 is one of the proprietors of the Manticore is an obsessive dresser who is impeccably polite?
Yes.
Okay, that's statement 1.
No, that was 3 statements.
No, that was statement 1.
Oh, come on.
Whispered
Why?
in bars?
Pardon?
Think of things whispered in bars. Like, that crazy running a casino is always impeccably polite? Yes, that'd get whispered in bars.
Like, the thing is that what I liked about those 3 statements is they're 3 things that you would have kind of liked to have happened, and if one of them fell down, then that's kind of bad. Which is why I'm taking them as 3 statements.
Kat, turn the screws on this. Like,
I don't want to turn the screws on this.
No, this is the fun of it. Also, payback is a bitch, so enjoy preemptive payback.
Yeah. Well, so I will throw out one as an example, I guess. There is a rumor going around that Gary to renounce being an Azerite and stalls in and instead wants to join this church of Father Sama.
Yeah, that would be a rumor.
All right, that can be the second rumor then. Third rumor is he totally wants to install a fire pole so we can get the guards in.
So, just to be clear, the third rumor that's getting started is that I fancy the guards and want to see them perform on a fire pole.
That's exactly right.
Brian will remember this.
So you will be relieved to know that our old age and the second rumor, namely that he wants to change religions entirely, is not in fact true.
I'm in fact relieved.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we are totally getting a fire pole.
You are in fact
All right, so
applying for a fire pole.
So I need to take some notes here.
I'm down with this, and it's going to be amazing.
So, I'm always impeccably dressed and polite.
And you totally want to see the guards go down a fire pole.
And I want to enjoy the sight of guards.
Well, it's not so much you want to, it's
our death dubstep, by the way. This has to
you're
be
organizing a fire pole.
Yeah, I'm organizing a fireball and hoping to get a hint to the guards to use it.
With extra death dubstep nights. Absolutely. I see nothing at all wrong with this. It's going to be amazing.
Sure. You know what? We're good.
Excellent.
Totally good. So, on to you, Kat. Why don't you have some fun now? In the stacks.
I'm just chilling out in the stack, finding out information.
Yes. Have fun.
Okay, so what are you trying to find now?
2 IC. Let's start with it. Oh, actually, no. Is that where we're going? Who do you want information about to feed to the reporter? I should have had that conversation before I left.
Kat.
What was going on?
You're calling shots on this one.
Oh, come on.
You're calling the shots on this one. You.
Who do we want information on for your report? They're your reporters. What do they want?
You're not looking up stuff for my reporters. You're looking up pieces of meat to feed Del Costra.
Ugh. Which is one and the same thing, I reckon, but whatever.
Well, stuff that we leak to Del Costra should not be stuff that we leak to the press.
No, but you can do the same story in different ways and give different information for different goals. It just depends on what sort of complex picture you want to actually bring up, but that's fine. All right.
You
all right.
are the
Well,
artiste.
how about I go and find some information on douchebag that came and threatened us the first day we were open, because he can just die in a fire. What's his name?
Frozen Sparrow Shatters.
Him. Let's do him today.
Just to repeat back to you, you want to find dirt on the factotum of Mr. So, who owns the largest place here?
Fucking yes, I do. Absolutely.
Just checking.
I want to know what the hell this dude's up to. Let's do it. So we're going to do exactly. We're going to do a history check, and then we're going to do a present check, and that's going to be my day.
Well, it will be more or less the same thing. So it will be high society or commerce and investigate as per usual. Yes.
Because it's causing us plenty of problems, even though we're good at it.
So can we do a high society and then a commerce roll?
I mean, it's all the same for him. I think he's operated here for a while.
All right, so I spend half a day doing a commerce because, you
have that.
What happens that and I could do 40.
As an aside, don't plan to re-roll on him after this half day.
No, I won't. I'll re-roll on somebody else. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
An 8. It's not quite the amazingness.
How you roll dice. Okay. Well, so
8 is not a 9, so there still are consequences.
No, 8 or 9.
8, 9,
9,
10
and 10 are full success.
Oh, I thought it was 9 or 10. Oh, okay, cool. Excellent.
No. 10 is a critical success in fighting someone, and he will deal extra damage. But I don't think this party will be doing a lot of fighting. It will be doing a lot of running at some point, I guess.
Brave Sir Robin.
So, Frozen Sparrow Shatters is an exceedingly unpleasant gentleman who is around a large amount of misery, but never is the one to cause it himself.
Right. Do we know who does cause the misery? Who is it connected to?
There are plenty of thugs that reading between the lines, do his bidding when
yeah, right.
He's a shot caller.
He is the enforcer, basically.
No, he is the person who makes the enforcers enforce. He's the fixer.
Okay, right. Right.
Would consigliere be an appropriate term?
Sure.
Is there anything that I find in my research that will give us some kind of one-up on him at all? Or is it literally just the fact that that's his role, which we basically already...
That's literally his profession, right? It's...
Dirty fixer.
Yeah, but we knew this. So is there anything additional that we know?
Well, so give me an idea as to what kind of an additional thing you're looking for, because you're looking for dirt. Well, he's made of dirt.
Something to give to the guards? Something that the guards can't ignore.
Yes.
Right.
So, something beyond the pale where he slipped up.
Where we can literally come trembling to, our guard and sort of say, look, we found this thing. We understand this thing. We obviously have no capacity to do anything against this. But this thing is clearly against your mandate. What do we do?
Okay, so what you find is he is quite meticulous about doing the dirty work himself. But I think what you will find also is... Second, let me just put things together in
Loading.
Yes.
Mikhail is loading.
Kat and I can certainly have another conversation if you want to actually ponder.
So who else should we find out information about? While I'm down here in the magic information finding.
One target at a time, please. One target at a time.
All right. All right.
So you do find that he... How would you find that?
I've broken magician. I'm pretty happy with this, actually.
Well, that's okay. I mean, this is a very much an improv-based game. It's not like I have a dossier on this guy written up or anything.
Honestly, improv's the only way to play with Brian and I, anyway. I can't
What?
imagine actually trying to have a structured game with us.
What if this is dirt on one of the times he failed?
Ooh.
You find... See, I know what the dirt is. I'm just trying to figure out which part of it you would find in the vault, right? Because that's...
Oh, right. Okay. Yep.
That becomes the tricky part.
Yeah. Letters. Telegrams.
Okay. So you find a couple of receipts. In fact, like at least 5 of them.
Yeah, right. Actual hard evidence. I like this.
That seem to be someone on his behalf paying money to someone else in Red Row.
Ooh.
So someone delivers an envelope of cash on his behalf.
Yeah, right.
Red Row is all the way down the bottom. If you scroll, we'll see.
How does it relate? Oh wow, yep, I see it.
Oh, wow.
All the way at the bottom.
Oh, wow. Okay. We haven't been there for some time.
So Red Row is the slums. It is the poorest district, if you don't count Derelictus, which is...
I was going to say, Derelictus is kind of, really speaks volumes about this region, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, that graphic on Threadneedle Square really tells us everything we need to know.
Yeah. Also, this is a very condensed version of the Under Spire. There are actually like three different layers between Red Row and Derelictus. But yes, Red Row is slums. Derelictus is people who can't afford to live in slums.
Wow. Okay.
So it is a bit odd that Monsieur Frozen Sparrow Shadow is making payments to someone in Red Row.
Yeah, that's quite suspicious.
So, Tense is making or was making?
Well, you only see a few receipts.
Yep.
But
it's a thread to start tugging on.
Yes, Definitely. It is possible that he's still doing it. Who knows?
All right.
Okay.
So we still have half a day then. So should I look up something else, or should I come back and we should have a conversation and you can tell me what's going
it's
on
not
with your
a hard
reporter?
and fast rule. It takes time to do research. Narrative time.
I would say that the obvious follow-up is you deciding what to do with this.
Can I do a specific role into his connections to Red Row?
I'm inclined to say that you need a bit more than that. So the vault has all the information, but it allows you to investigate as if you were in a spot, but you need to know what that spot is.
And like Borges' library, the thing that we need is an index.
So, can we... Are the receipts made out to any particular name? Like, is there any information on those receipts that we could use? So what's the purpose of the receipt exactly? Like, is there a code name or something that sort of goes with this, or is it?
Well, so there is the name of the person did the payment. Rick Sand. Oh.
I guess we'll try and find out about him then. Or should I say them?
How? Where?
In the vault, I do a roll against his name and see what comes up.
The vault needs to be, like, if we think about the vault as any theoretical place of records, what place of records is the vault now?
Second.
So, police records.
Yeah. See if he's running to the guard at all. If that name is known by the guard.
Yeah. So police records,
Arrest records.
arrest records, confidential informant records, that sort of.
Just known by the guard, because like we want this information for the guard. So let's see whether or not this guy is known by the guard.
Okay, that sounds reasonable.
Okay.
So it would be investigate plus order. Crime, your choice. Probably order.
I don't have either of those things. Investigate. I don't have order, but I do have digging up dirt, so it's still a 3d10 roll. All right.
That knack is doing heavily.
Ooh! Ooh! First fail of the night. That's painful.
First, your fail of the night.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Clearly, Cat. Clearly, Cat. Entirely what you say.
All right. Give me the bad news.
Well, the news are not actually that bad. In that, you essentially become lost for a while in this endless maze of just sprawling archives. And at some point, you realize that you're reading obituary.
Yeah, that's legit.
An obituary of whom?
Honor of Fiona, not of Katichka. Yes, but here and yep, executed for unlawful. This is not good.
I found out I was executed.
You're
What?
reading your own obituary in this.
How?
Because you're in Borges' library.
Clearly, you took a wrong turn and
What
ended
did
up in
people
a
say
room.
about me? I want to hear. Let's go. I want to see if I can garner any information about my future from my obituary. I have the document. Someone said something.
Of course.
Of course.
No, it's a very, very brief note saying that, yes,
Wow, I didn't have any
traitors
friends.
have been
Everyone
they
abandoned me.
probably was
Fine.
smart
Don't
enough
trust
not
anyone.
to comment.
You're all traitors, and you can all die.
Yeah. Executed on the at noon of this day for treason.
Oh wow! So I do get found out eventually.
They get you for
He's
treason.
foretold.
Well,
What
this
was
is-
your mouth?
A possible future newspaper.
Yes. In this unreal library, you will have
In a
had
possible
been
future.
you will have had been soon gotten for treason.
Soon? Is there a date on this obituary by any chance?
You are literally holding a memento mori.
All right. Let's just roll with it then.
Yeah.
All right, I find my way out and I go and find Brian.
I'm actually doing my job.
What?
I know, right? Actual
my
jobs.
Actual
Instead of
job.
reading our own fake obituaries.
I come back and I pour a particularly good drink for Brian.
I'm working, and I'm fastidious. I don't drink on the job.
Also installing a fireman's ball for some weird reason.
Yes! That's now on my to-do list, Kat. Thank you.
I can't imagine why. My real question about the fireman's pole is like, is there a hole in the roof where they're coming from? Or is it just kind of like a pole in the middle of the dance floor? Like, what's the engineering behind this scene?
This is a proper pole, so that guards may leap into duty at an instant's notice, at any provocation.
So we've basically become like a second home guards now, which I'm actually okay with. Like, if they want some tables and whatever they call them above us, that's
certainly my
fine.
objective. They have not expressed an opinion in this matter, but just in case they want to quickly join us,
they can.
They can.
Are we setting up some beds upstairs for them? Like, is there a kitchen?
No.
Is there some private showers?
I'm trying to arrange that they have a guard post upstairs so they can leap into action.
I'm okay with this. I feel like this actually is actually within our objectives.
Are we talking about guards here or guards in tearaway uniforms?
Oh, no, both.
Oh, no.
They are the same thing.
We're actually talking about legitimate guards. Like, I've had a brainstorm that instead of bouncers, we can just have guards
live in our place.
on a fire pole when there's trouble.
I am down with this plan. It's going to be great. We are not dangerous. Live in our casino. You will see that we are hard. Seriously, like, this is the best cover ever. I love it.
I'm trying to arrange for a direct route from a guard station to the center of our casino.
That's right.
Because I think this is a good idea.
This is a fantastic idea, and your idea.
And I'm not excited by this idea at all. Nope.
Oh, you just feel compelled.
Yes, your DJ is practicing his recording of Buster's theme for when it's needed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then. The business is quieter today. There aren't that many people here.
Is it because we're not playing Death Dubstep? Is this what happens in our off Death
Probably.
Dubstep nights?
Probably.
It's not our grand opening.
Also, there is some sort of a function at the house. Not that there's many nights when there isn't. Yeah,
Yep.
There are other places people can be.
Yeah, no. I just want to make sure that the tables are functioning.
Yeah. What's the plan?
For the evening, for the next day.
You tell me.
I'm going to say that the evening goes normally, that we're competent at our jobs, and it's an organized casino.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, I have a...
Yeah, nothing explodes.
Yeah.
Nothing's on fire.
Actually, how is our money going? Like, are we making money from this casino yet? Or is it
It's
still
hard
just
to lose money in a casino.
With a priest of Azure running it.
Yeah, you are doing fine. You're
Yeah.
not going to, retire early, but you're doing fine.
Specifically, have we made up the silver damage that the panicked opening caused?
Also, here is a question. Do you skim
No.
the money to make up your... Well, then, no. There's the coffers. You can skim from them to recover some...
How can we skim from them? It's our fucking coffers.
Because if the casino's less liquid, we're more liquid.
Are you saying that we are a taxable at this point?
Sorry?
Sorry, again?
If it's Cat running the casino, we're bankrupt. Thanks, Glacken. Thankfully, it's not me running the casino. I'm just pouring the drinks behind the bar, which I feel like is actually a pretty good way of me running things, honestly. I think that's pretty sound.
Okay, I'll roll with it. So, are there any guards
Just in the audience?
in the
Just
casino?
playing cards? Sure, there is one. He's,
I'm terrified to ask. What's his, her, / its heart's desire?
Oof.
Asking for a friend.
This is the right now desire.
Yes.
Right now, desperate desire to win.
Yeah, right.
He's been having a shitty day, and the cards are just not in his favor.
So we have a guard that's a gambling addict that's in our casino
Well, who's
that
not yet
really
a
wants to
gambling
win something.
The problem is I'm
gonna be
pretty sure that
amazing.
I'm pretty sure that I have not taught the croupiers how to cheat how to cheat at all, especially not how to turn the cards into someone's favor.
Well, do you want to take over?
Yes. You want the guards to be like in our casino and basically run a guard post. You want to be at that table.
A question of orthodoxy and heterodoxy.
Here we go.
What is
Yes, bring it on. I am ready.
so? One of the gods that I have a vocation for is Tolz, the human god of luck.
Very much against fixing the odds.
With that said,
On the other hand.
one certainly can be taught prayers to Stolz.
Yes.
So
So what are you going to go? The soft approach or the direct approach?
Cat, you know
I
me.
think we should definitely go the direct approach.
Yeah, like I said, Cat, you know me. So I adorn myself in the raiment of Stolz. Or does that
And then take the direct approach.
And I start sanctifying the tables. First off, for this place is truly sacred to Stolz.
Okay. So to be clear, you don't yet have any of these stalls in it, correct?
No, I have not had any advances, but I have made that gamble.
Yep.
So I'm viewing myself as a devotee, even though I don't have the mechanical benefits.
That is fine. And I was actually going to suggest that you absolutely qualify for the requirement of being like Priest of Stalls. That's fine. So you even have the refresh bit of it.
Oh, can you remind me what it is?
Put your life or the lives of your allies at risk. It's a fantastic refresh. And also do keep in mind your refreshes, because I will forget. And when you do the thing, you get stress back. It's always good.
Unfortunately, the deal that I carried out certainly does not qualify.
Not yet.
All right. So after sanctifying the tables to Stolz, I will make a point of...
Well, you certainly can ask Stalls to be favorable too.
No.
Okay.
So, to start quoting Frasier...
Oh, God, no.
In order to create symbolic change, we must first have a ritual space. In order for prayers to Stolz to be effective, Stolz's attention must be drawn to the space. Therefore, I'm doing my nightly consecration of the tables to the goddess of luck before I start teaching rituals to bring to beseech Stoltz's favor to the guard.
Oh God.
Because I must minister to my flock. And if someone is so unlucky,
Oh no.
then
Okay.
here are some prayers that can bring Stoltz's favor.
So not only are we like completely infiltrating the guard, we're converting them as well. Like this.
Oh,
This
no,
is
no.
obviously going to be
Oh,
brilliant.
no, Kat.
I'm down.
Monsieur Richte's intentions in this regard are far more base.
Yes. We just want him to use the pole.
You did this. It's your fault.
This is the best game ever.
Very well. I would like you to make a compel plus religion.
Oh.
Okay.
To see how well the god takes to this whole thing.
Yep. So, got compel.
He's fine with it.
You are a very religious person. Do you have religion in the main?
None of my things offered religion.
Fair.
I mean, I've got divine in brackets, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't give me
not
yeah. Awesome.
This is going to be fine.
And so it was.
See, look at that.
I have
What are
faith
you
in
worried about
Stoltz.
this? See, this is exactly right. You'll be fine. You're totally fine.
Well, excellent. So the god will listen and nod, and you'll see him the entire evening just whispering the simple prayers you taught him
So-
to the dice.
Effectively, the prayer that I taught him was the odds, so that he can just gamble knowing the odds.
Yeah, so by rote,
go.
Yeah,
he's-
by rote,
That's pretty
he's
good.
reciting the odds to
Okay.
himself,
Hmm.
which is the first catechism of Stoltz.
That's fine. That works. Bring it.
Yep.
We now have a guard that likes it.
And
See?
yes, I will go. I will go around the tables and be croupier symbolically at each one. Specifically, if there are any of those cheating,
Hmm.
I want to find them.
I'm mixing drinks and fantasizing about poles.
No, that's me.
I think I've been brought into vision. Good night, Lycan.
Okay. So, yes, the guardsman will win more than he lost that evening, which, of course, will not last over a long time.
Of course
run.
not. But
No.
But he will
But,
remember that I taught him how to win.
Yeah. And in fact, when he goes to leave, he finds across the room and nods in gratitude.
I nod in benediction, for I've carried out Stoltz's holy duty tonight.
Wow. Oh.
Did you actually want anything from the guard, or just,
Oh
establish?
no! We just want him to sort of like be on our side. Really, we want him to feel comfortable
Yep.
in this casino that we've provided for him,
So in
and
turn,
speak highly of it back to his higher counterparts, so that we can start, pulling that thread. Absolutely.
since our goal is to put ourselves effectively at the mercy of the guard and to have a clean, upstanding establishment, I want to start working on the guard. That they know that they're safe here, that this is a good establishment for them.
So you want to establish it as a guard casino?
How else are they going to use the fucking pole? It's an express onto the gambling floor.
Okay, so you will probably want to... And in fact, this is better than one might think, because this gives you a reason to go to Lieutenant and go, hey, I have this offer. Why don't you have another guard post closer to the action?
Yeah, it gives me a reason for that.
That's exactly right. We are This poll idea has really come to fruition at this point. This is amazing.
It's certainly sprouting.
It's on for Young and Poll at this point.
I can't.
I'm just pouring you drinks because I know that you need them, and I'm giving you the best of my capacity.
No. Brian needs drinks. Monsieur Richte, Monsieur
also...
Richte doesn't see anything wrong. So I think that is the evening of the second day.
Or possibly even third. Not really keeping track. Anyway.
Yeah. Narrative time.
So you have, yes, there is the thread with Rick Sandy.
Yep.
The whoever it is who works for Frozen Sparrow Shadows.
Yep.
And there is the matter of the poll to be discussed with Captain Lacostra.
And there's whatever subtle machinations Fiona wishes to do with this captain.
Yes. So
Over
we wait
to you,
for the day.
Fiona.
We essentially wait for the day to be ended. Let's be really honest, because we need to make sure that she's at the end of, like, she's finished all her active duty stuff.
Okay.
Should I just be straight up bold with this? I feel like we need to be bold.
You bold, me sleaze. Difference.
Bold and the sleazy? Is that where we're going?
No,
Right?
I'm sleazy, you're bold.
That's what I mean. Between the two of us, we are the bold and the sleazy. I'm completely down with this.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Mikhail thought he needed a third character.
Really? A third character?
Yeah, I know.
Why would you do that? You'd just be diluting the fun. They would not keep up with us, it's true. All right. So I take a picnic basket that has some of my favorite human-based chemical mixtures that are alcoholic and very drinkable in them, as long as, with obviously delicious pairing food to match, because I can do that.
So wine and cheese basket. Okay.
Basically a wine and cheese basket, but a little bit more potent because, again, human chemistry being my speciality, I can basically make sure that this is literally a living experience in her mouth, essentially, is what I'm going here.
Yes. What can pickles? Gotcha.
and I knock on the door of the guard.
Okay.
I find where she, and I approach, and I am dressed quite respectfully. I want to actually just subtly add in here that this is actually a respectful approach.
So this is not me sleazing on the guard.
This is not Brian
This is a
sleazing on the
legitimate
guard.
influence operation. We need to make it very clear so that when I do it, it is sleazing on the guard.
Exactly.
So to put the place on the map, it is right here. It is the.
Where are we? Oh, excellent. Perfect. Let's go
that's
there.
The guard post. Okay. Well, you knock on the door and be let in by whoever's manning the desk. And yeah, who's that?
Ooh. Oh, he's there. Sorry, I thought you said who's dead, and I'm
No,
like,
that's what he said.
Yeah, that's.
oh, he is dead.
No, the guard asked who's dead.
Oh, who's dead? All right. Nobody. I just thought I could.
Then why are you here?
I thought I might be able to have a small chat with our fantastic head of the guard for this sector. I know that she's very.
She's busy.
She's busy. Oh. Well, I did bring something especially exquisite for her, and I was hoping to be able to sit down and show her the full breadth and depth of the wares of the Silver Quarter and introduce myself. Is there a way that we can do?
Well, I don't know. Did you bring something for me?
Always, of course. No. My goods are, and in fact, if you're interested, our little Death Dubstep Casino actually has an entire section that we're dedicating to the card at the moment, where you can essentially come and relax and eat.
The Manticore. We are
It's called
the Manticore.
It's called
you
the
don't
Manticore.
need to keep saying Death Dubstep.
You may have heard us from our amazing Death Dubstep and the fact that one of our most famous Silver Quarter socialites thinks that we're absolutely amazing. We thought that on the back of such success on our opening day, we could open it up to welcome the guard. We are very new to this quarter, and we would like to feed
So you
more
find
to
that
you.
this particular guardsman kind of clearly stops listening as soon as he gets his hands on the bottle that you offer.
Cool, excellent.
It's like, yeah, whatever, casino, yeah, sure. One day.
There's more of this beautiful wine.
Waves you through.
So.
There is more wine at this casino.
There is definitely more
Using
wine.
small words for guard.
I would never use small words for guards, okay? I am not classist. I deal with humans constantly. Like, this is a thing for me. I will not talk down to them. I will bring them into my academic ivory tower. They want to or not. That's part of it.
Well, you are standing in front of a door into the office of the captain. So it says like captain written on the glass section of the door, and then just a cardboard plank there with her name scrawled on it.
Oh, wow. Wow, very new.
In a few weeks. Okay.
Also, I would have thought they'd get her sign sorted out before then, but, whatever. Not one to judge.
No.
Right.
We have expensive black marble and some gold paint.
Yeah,
we'll
we can make her a
out the
sign. We'll sort out a knock on the door.
What is it?
Hi, I thought that I would just come and introduce myself. I'm someone.
She appears to be half buried paperwork.
Oh.
And she looks up at you and just blinks a few times. She's younger than you would have expected, I guess. And she has a metal right arm.
Yeah, cool.
That actually articulate fingers and everything. Bends.
Nice.
She sitting there clutching her head, writing on yet another form. Looks up to you. What is this? Who are you? How did you get in?
We heard that you're quite new to this quarter.
Sorry, I'd like to point it out that we are clean and above board and nice and everything. You started by, hi, would you like to be bribed with this wine?
No, not bribed with this wine. I'm welcome.
Here's our business card, so you know where it came.
Does nobody ever believe in neighbourly anymore? It used to be the case that somebody new moves to the neighbourhood and then everyone gets around and bakes some cookies. Does that not happen anymore?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Milady doth protest too much.
Anyway, I say that we are also quite new to this quarter. And we'd heard that they had only just arrived, and that we've noticed that there's actually quite a few strange things happening here. And as new proprietors to this region, we're trying to make sure that we stay out of trouble. We just kind of want to make sure that we're doing the right thing. But also we want to be able to have a line to her if we think that we find anything that might be a little bit weird.
Stop. I'm not interested in whatever back channel bribery bullshit it is you're peddling here.
Oh, there's no back channel bribery at all. I'm just saying that I would like to be able to find someone to talk to if I see that there's things that are weird.
Are you offering to be an informant?
Is that what you call it? We're very new to this place. Like I said, we're quite new. We just kind of want to know. We've noticed that there are some weird things going on. And we just
Okay, so
kind of want someone
this
to talk to
level
you about
of
this.
naivete, it requires some effort to pull off. Would you like to make a
Deceive, probably.
deceive plus order roll to see how your
Fuck,
overall
I have
introduction
neither
goes?
of those things. Sure. How many dice do I get to roll if I don't have either of those skills?
1.
Can my technology count considering she's drinking my wine?
Well, I mean, no.
See, I noticed that she keeps talking about backseat bribery while also drinking my delicious wine. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
No, she hasn't touched your wine.
Ah, damn
The
it.
desk sergeant took it. You're still sitting there with the basket. What do you know? That is indeed a success at a cost. Which will be some stress to your shadow because, well, you've drawn attention to yourself, haven't you?
Absolutely, we have.
I'm actually thinking silver. Oops,
Hey.
the wrong bottles. These are the actually expensive bottles. Oh shit, we put the actually expensive bottles in the gift basket.
Maybe next time,
All right.
but for now,
Yeah, it's Shadow.
it is Shadow, and also I'm amused that you keep getting minor fallouts before things actually go bad, but still going bad.
So, Kat, I
Yes.
just want you to remember last time there was some fallout, and that
How
I
well
will be
we got out of
exactly
it,
as
and it
generous
was
to you as you were to me. Just making sure you are aware.
Look,
that
I'm
payback's
totally
a
down with
bitch.
fireballs, okay? And remember, given how well we're bound, actually, most fallout that happens to me is going to happen to you anyway. I still have to deal
Oh,
with cards at my
course.
casino.
Oh, of course. I would never do anything to hurt you.
So, for now, absolutely nothing happened. Right?
All right.
You're having a conversation, and yes, she says, if you would like to inform the guard of any unlawful happenings, then you would be an informant, hence the name.
Well, what if I don't understand if the information is relevant? Can I come and talk to you? Like for instance, like we're just kind of like randomly.
Use your best judgment. I'm not looking for a lunch buddy to have meaningless chats with.
Okay.
If there is a crime happening, if there are people doing something that they shouldn't be doing, I would like to learn of that.
Okay. If it happens that you do end up having lunch in that sector of the town, though, and you do want to pop in, please always understand that our doors are open to you and all of your kin.
That would be what we call a conflict of interest. I cannot be seen accepting gifts such as that nice...
Oh, no, I didn't say gifts. You can still pay for your lunch if that's what you feel like you need to do. Just understand that, we are absolutely...
You would be surprised how small the salary of the captain is. Why? Given that the other guardsmen have much more lifestyle than one would even start suspecting something.
Right. No, that's fair enough. But, I will leave you some food and wine as a welcome to the region gift, because where I come from, that is what we consider
I will
to be
donate it
basic
to the needy.
courtesy. Then absolutely do that, because I will not turn my back on what I know to be courtesy. And I do not expect you to turn your back on what you know to be right.
would that be all?
For now, absolutely. If I know that
If there is a crime happening, let me know.
absolutely. That sounds like a good plan. I like that
If
plan.
you wish to present me with another gift basket, donate it straight to the charities.
Oh, that's wonderful. Do you have
I
particular
hear
charities
Ordos
that you
and
like?
Perdita handles these sorts of things.
Oh, I see. No, fair enough. Okay, well, we shall make a point of that. That is no problem at all. I mean, if I find something that I think that you might need to know about, I shall certainly come by.
She's already back to filling out the.
That's okay. That's not bad as day one. She talked to us. That's more than I was expecting. All right, I go home.
She did. She didn't immediately try to arrest you for.
Yeah. No, that was
But that was a
brilliant.
success. Yeah.
That was amazing. I'm quite happy. I'm down with that. I go back home and until Amaze Ricketer. Exactly what happened.
Yep. So what is the plan then?
I reckon we just need to become a reliable source of information for the guard. She's not against that. We can start telling her when crimes are happening. So in order to be able to do that, we need to find out more gossip about what's happening on the streets so we can actually start feeding her information.
Oh, by the way, Livian hasn't shown up for his evening performance. Their evening performance.
What?
Just didn't show up.
What?
I don't know.
No, I thought we had a thing going. I'm so sad. Can I find out where he is?
Sure, he's right where you.
Sorry?
Which is not far. Right where you initially found him, not far at all. Still at the Crux station. Just
Not coming to work tonight. All right, I go to him with puppy dog eyes. So what happened?
I don't feel like working for snitches. You understand, right?
Snitches? Who said we were snitches?
I saw you walking into the guardhouse.
Do you really believe that we would be snitching? Is that what you think that relationship is about?
Oh, what is it about then?
Well, if you actually stick around for long enough, you actually bring into our confidence, so maybe one day we will. But right now, I'm not going to be able to trust you with anything if you're just going to run off because you think you see something in the casino. What's it, a half-bit operation do you think we're running here?
I don't know. The kind that seems to be caught in guards.
Well, who would you prefer for protection? Do you want some sort of lowly drug dealers that are going to come in and start causing time you, or do you want to know that you can work in an environment where no one's going to try anything for a while?
Okay, you're trying to convince him that no, we want to find guards. Okay, sure, that sounds like a thing. I'd like you to make a compel plus crime roll.
Got compel. I don't have crime. D2?
That's
Roll
two.
D2. Two D10s?
2d10, yeah, not d2.
Yeah. Ha!
No, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything is totally fine.
Everything
He just needs to understand that, these plans are probably, like, is he a simpleton? Of course these plans are more complex than they seem on the front. Like, my God, I thought we had a thing going and now he's just an idiot. Like, I feel actually a bit upset about this. Last time I bring a human into my plans. We created a whole new form of music together. For me. I don't mind being a bit upset by this.
Yes, upset.
Yes. Oof. Oh dear. Oh dear. Because, see, on the one hand, you succeeded. On the other hand, you took some more stress to your reputation because, you are friendly with the
Reputation?
guard. Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah. And reputation in here is important.
Brian's like, we're just going to die. Can we just re-roll now?
Oh no. Oh, we have not hit rock bottom yet. But we have so much further to go.
Oh dear.
See Exhibit B.
Okay, yeah. So we will go with the fallout called humiliated.
What?
What?
Sorry?
Humiliated. You make a total fool of yourself. You cannot make use of any allies associated with the action that push you into fallout until you prove yourself once more in the eyes. Because I will remind you that half your staff and Malivian are all from the gang manning the ticket stalls at the entrance to Crux.
That's fine.
Do not have a very friendly relationship with God.
Yeah.
And so what quickly gets around that, they should not be associating with you at all.
They don't get it, do they? They don't get how
they don't.
important it
They
is
are
to
not
actually
sufficiently insightful.
Malivian actually, like, as you're talking to him, you feel like you got through to him. He nods and kind of agrees that it would be nice if everything, have to fight all the time. But that's kind of what we do here. We look out for each other. And
yeah, but it's not just about not fighting all the time.
So,
getting them on side so you can do your business in peace.
Point of order, I think the Australian internet is starting to rear its head.
I think so, yes.
Okay. Well, this may or may not be a decent time to wrap up then. But basically, yeah. So this human gang, who don't have a name yet, by the way, and probably should. What is their name, Kat?
Their what, sorry?
What is the name of the gang at the ticket booth?
No, you go. You obviously had an idea.
No, you go.
No, I haven't got an idea.
Asked.
No,
that's again, Brian. Okay, go you.
The quarters.
The quarters?
The quarters. Fantastic. I like it. Well, so the quarters basically declare you persona non grata.
Oh, come on.
It's like, you want to be friends with gods? Fine, be friends with gods.
But not
wow. They just don't get it, do they?
No,
that
they
makes
don't.
Me really sad.
This also means that this is
earned really well right at this point, or whatever.
This also means that this is early in the evening and your staff, like all the new hires, are just walking off.
They're idiots.
They're still walking off, however.
But I mean, your stress is clearing, so that's a thing.
All right. So for next,
can I convince them otherwise, or is this permanent buff basically?
Until you prove yourself once more in their right.
All right. So we actually have to pull off a scam.
You have to demonstrate
the guards. In other words, we have to actually prove the point that the point of having the guards there is to keep us clean so we can do business.
Well,
so they need to be able to see us do business, and therefore our reputation will be restored. They'll come back to the casino and we can teach them how to do shit under the guards' noses.
The problem is that the quarters don't have that relationship with the guards, and the guards are actively harmful to them.
Yeah, quarters absolutely do contraband and protection rackets and stuff like that.
We have to help them with some crime, otherwise they won't help us.
But if we help them by actually clearing them in the eyes of the guards so they can do business, how does that not count?
It would, but how do you clear them? Because they actively commit. That's what they do. They're a gang.
Yeah, that's fine, but we teach them how to do it under the radar so that they don't actually... If the guards see them cleaning up their act, TM, but they're not actually cleaning up their act...
So you're trying to get a bunch of 13-year-olds to have some sort of subtlety.
Yes, I've done it before.
This, I think, sounds like an excellent task for the next game. Because I don't
agree.
have the faintest idea how you're going to do that. I'm happy to help.
It's going to be amazing. We're going to make this gang into a subtle gang where they can actually perform their usual work under the eye of the law and be seen as good citizens while still making coin.
Okay, that does sound like a plan. Cool.
Cool.
Well, so thank you for playing.
No, thank you. It's been really good. I've had a really good night.
So, any special comments from your chat that you want to highlight?
Besides Glycan saying that I couldn't run a casino for shit, which I think he may actually.
Well, I would never be heard saying that.
No, you would never be heard saying that. That's exactly right. No, everyone seems to be enjoying it though. There's quite a few people that have actually looked up the game, so that's good. I know he's definitely looking at us. That's pretty good. So, are there any last comments, chat, before we close off stream for the night? Oh no, I don't think they're actually. No,
Right,
but I've had a really good night. So,
see you next week.
Yeah, absolutely. See you next week.